NCAA rules provide fair competition among players.
It's game time. WNKX welcomes you to this live presentation of local high school sports, made possible by our community advertising partners.
Good evening, Hickman County football fans. We are live here at Hickman County High School, here at Kenneth Moe Wright Stadium, home of Jerry Brattenfield, home of your Hickman County Bulldogs. And legend, we are so excited to have this broadcast here for you here tonight. It has been a rainy day, but the clouds are subsiding. The sun is poking through. We have a great night of football here ahead of us here tonight. I am flanked by our favorite statistician, Isaiah Puckett, as well as our lovely producer, Mr. Will Nunley. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and give you a forewarning that this is our first real broadcast tonight. We want to make sure that everything flows smoothly and soundly. So if there are some hiccups, please forgive us. We're going to have a great time tonight. That, at the very least, I can assure you. We have had our national anthem and our time of prayer. Kickoff is in about 6 minutes from now, so do not go anywhere. And at this time, before we get into our kickoff, we're going to send it over to Severe View. They will give us our weather forecast here tonight before we start play.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Drew Richards here with your Severe View Friday night football forecast for Hickman County. We've had some heavy thunderstorms around earlier today, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue through the evening hours. Kickoff temps in the low 80s. We'll be falling down in the upper 70s by the fourth quarter. We invite you to download our brand new Severe View Weather Network app on your Roku TV or your smartphone. You can always get 24/7 weather information.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we want to give a special thanks to our sponsors. WNKX Tonight Live would not be possible without them. Special thank you to MLEC, Ascension St. Thomas, Advocate, Liberty Pharmacy, McDonald Funeral Home, and Pizza Hut. Once again, a very special thank you to our sponsors. This broadcast would not be possible without them. Now tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we are nearing kickoff, as the teams are on the field, as the coin toss is taking place with our officials, I want to go ahead and give you a quick roster reading tonight before our festivities. Firstly, number 4, John Michael Lewis. He's a junior. Another junior is number 5, Jaden Street. Number 6, Braden Brown, a sophomore. Number 7, Eli Raymer, a sophomore. Number 8, Devin Tucker, a junior. Number 9, and starting quarterback Andy Kraft, he is a sophomore. Number 12, Braden McCaleb, he is a sophomore. Number 13, Devin Driggers, he is a senior. Number 14, Aiden Spiegelmeyer, he is a sophomore. Number 15, Madden Huffins, he's a freshman. Number 17, Braden Folks, he is a senior. Number 21, John Irvin, he is a senior. Number 23, Hayden Wilkins, a junior. 24, Joey Newberry, senior. Number 25, Elijah Fry, sophomore. 26, A.J. Reich, a junior. 27, Winston Redmond. Number 28, Braden Armstrong, he is a freshman. Number 31, Cameron Wright, who is a junior. Number 33, Dawson Epley, who is a senior. Number 35, Braxton Folker, who is a senior. Number 50, Ryan Martin, who's a sophomore. 51, Turner Davenport, who is a senior. Number 52, Chase Sims, who is a sophomore. Number 54, Tristan Hall, who is a sophomore. Number 55, Isaiah Wimbush, who is a freshman. Number 59, Bristol Bennett, who is a junior. Number 60, Jake Sims, who is a freshman. Number 62, Ruger Toddy, who is a junior. Number 63, Zach King, who's a senior. Number 64, Levi Eisenhuth, a junior. Number 66, Chevy Brown, who's a sophomore. Number 70, Alex Vasquez, who is a senior. Number 72, Aaron Rodabaugh, who is a freshman. Number 76, Ashton Kistler, who is a senior. Number 77, Scott Qualls, who's a freshman. Number 78, Nick Stovall, who's a junior. Number 79, Ethan Connett, who is a junior. Our managers tonight will be Carol Warren, Sarah Barber, and Brianna Peach. That was quite a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen, but that is the roster for your Hickman County Bulldogs as we get closer and closer to kickoff. And Hickman County deferred the toss, and they will be kicking it deep to McEwen here to start the game tonight. Now, while the rain has subsided, ladies and gentlemen, you got to think the rain we had earlier today might play a factor in the conditions of the field. You would expect a very run-heavy offense. Don't want to risk the ball getting wet and any turnovers of the like. And the ball is away as we are underway here at Jerry Bratton Field. The ball is caught on the 10-yard line. And the McEwen return man powers forward to the 32-yard line, and McEwen will take over 1st and 10 as we start things here this evening. Now, Hickman County is coming off a tough loss last week. You know they're going to be looking to bounce back this week. They're going to be coming out strong here as they take on the Warriors of McEwen. And folks, I must say there is no better feeling than being here at Hickman County High School under these Friday night lights. The energy is palpable. I felt it when I came in to the stadium here today. What a game we have for you. First play of the game, it's a snap, it's a handoff play up the middle. And he's powering forward. It'll go down around the 40-yard line, netting a 2nd and short to go for McEwen. 2nd and about 2 yards to go on this first drive of this football game here this evening. McEwen comes out in the pistol. Quarterback under center. It's another handoff up the middle. Makes a few men miss, and he is down the sideline. And he is ran out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Great hustle by the Bulldogs to run him out of bounds. I thought he was gone for just a moment. But the hustle of those Bulldogs were able to track him down and keep our Bulldogs alive on this defensive series. So the run game seems to be very effective for McEwen here to start this contest. You got to think they may stick with it. As I said earlier, the ground game will be very key in this football game as there was some rain earlier. The field conditions may not be quite up to the par that we would hope they would be. And it's a fullback dive up the middle. A gain of 5 or so on the play. Bring up a 2nd down for the McEwen Warriors. It is a packed house, ladies and gentlemen, visitors and hometown faithful alike. People are excited about the start of football. We had college football begin this week, but nothing quite beats that feeling of a high school football home opener. And the 2nd down play is another handoff up the middle, another fullback dive, it looks like, from McEwen, and he will dive over the 1st down marker, netting McEwen their 2nd first down of the drive. And that'll bring them to the Bulldogs' 15-yard line as they are in the red zone. This Bulldog front's going to have to stand their ground here as they are backed against the wall, but if anyone can make a stand here, I know it's our Bulldogs. And another run play. He's hit at the line. He's able to fight forward for a gain of 4 or so on the play. A decent second effort there from McEwen's ball carrier. Once again, if you're just now joining us here on WNKX, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or on the radio, we welcome you here. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a good one here this evening. We thank you for joining us here tonight as we celebrate the start of a new football season here as we begin with our first home game of the year. McEwen's quarterback under center. It's a toss to the left side of the field. He's got a hole, but that hole is closed very quickly, and the ball's out. And I'm waiting to see a confirmation here from the officials. I don't want to get ahead of myself. And I believe we are getting no signals here from our officials on the field. Our statistician is looking, but he can't quite get a view for himself either. And it is still McEwen's football. McEwen falls on it Fortunately for them, 3rd and 4 to go for McEwen. Another handoff play up the middle. He's tripped up, but that will net him enough for a first down at the 1.5, 2-yard line for the Warriors. 1st and goal inbound for the away team. Some early excitement here, folks. We're hoping our Bulldogs here can stand strong, and we know they can. And some movement up front. Looks like number 74 of McEwen, the left guard, will be called for the false start. McEwen will be backed up 5 yards. Still 1st and goal, but this time from around the 6 or 7-yard line. Under center, snap, run up the middle. He's hit at the line, but he fights forward for a few more yards. He's still dragging some Bulldogs with him, but the McEwen ball carrier is down at about the 2-yard line, back to where they started. 2nd down and goal to go for the Warriors. Folks, a big factor of this game here tonight will be the cardiovascular conditioning of these football teams. It's been a very hot week, but these teams have been training in it. And thankfully, the rain we were granted earlier in the day has cooled things off just a little bit here at Jerry Bratton Field. So we hope these guys stay hydrated out there on the field. So the I formation again for McEwen. You got to think another run play inbound. And it's a toss to the left side of the field. He has some blockers, and he will walk in. Touchdown for the McEwen Warriors. They will put 6 points on the board as they take the lead early, 6-0 McEwen with 6:36 to go in the ball game. So McEwen caps off a 9-play, 68-yard drive consisting only of run plays, which was to be expected. We knew the run game would be heavy. The PAT team is on. The kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights and good. McEwen extends their lead from 6 to 7-0 here as they cap off their first drive with a touchdown. And while we wait for the kickoff and the Bulldogs will receive, we'll send things over for a commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? It's good.
You just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Welcome back, Bulldog fans. McEwen is lining up to kick things deep to the Bulldogs. Back deep is number 6, Braden Brown. And flanking him is number 21, John Irvin. Both these men back deep to return this kickoff as the Bulldogs prepare for their first possession of the football game. And the kick is away, a short kick. Return to the 25. And a nice return. The ball was fielded by number 51, Turner Davenport. He fights forward to the 35-yard line. The Bulldogs with some decent field position to start their first drive of the football game. And out trots this offense, spearheaded by number 9, Andy Kraft. He will be the starting quarterback this evening. Now Andy is just a sophomore. He's a young gun with a lot of room to grow. We're excited to see how he develops in the future. We know he has a lot of talent and a lot to provide to this Hickman County offense. And Devin Driggers with the carry. The Bulldogs' first play of the evening on offense will get about 3 yards, bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. The officials call time on the field. Now, folks, as the band gets rocking here for the hometown faithful, we're excited to see what this offense, what spark they can provide for this team here. Kraft looking to the sideline. 3 receivers out wide, 1 in the slot. Very spread look here for the Bulldogs. Kraft in the gun. Devin to his left. The snap, the ball's in the ground. But Driggers does pick it up, I believe, and continues forward perhaps for a few yards. And he does. Not a whole lot going for the Dogs on that 2nd down play. A near disaster. But they'll pick up maybe a yard, bring up a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now with the momentum all on the side of McEwen, the Bulldogs have to make some noise here. They need to answer that opening touchdown that McEwen gave. Kraft once again in the gun, 3 receivers out wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And a flag is called. Who jumped first? The officials indicate perhaps an offsides, but you can never be too sure. And they'll be discussing, it looks like. The refs are congregating. Here's the call. And it will be a false start on the Bulldogs. You know, when you see jump like that, you can never be sure of who the guilty party is. More often than not, those refs will probably get the O-line for that 9 times out of 10. That will back the Bulldogs up to a 3rd down and 11. So the Bulldogs already backed against the wall here with a 3rd and long. Let's see what plays this coaching staff is drawing up here. Once again, 3 receivers out wide, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Kraft in the gun. Driggers in motion. Kraft rolls right. And he's hit and taken down in the backfield by McEwen at the 25. That was a tough hit there for Kraft to take. He trots off the field a little gingerly, but he should be okay. And that brings up a 4th down and long for the Bulldogs as the special teams comes jogging onto the field. And McEwen sends out their punt return deep to return here. Again, play clock is at 3. And they snap it, but I don't think they got it off in time. And there was no timeout called. Yes, that will be a delay of game on the Bulldogs, backing them up even further for this 4th down and very, very long. You're here with 4:24 left in the first quarter. The snap is good, and the kick is away. It's a bit wobbly, and it rolls. It takes a Bulldog bounce, and it kicks over midfield at around the 48-yard line, and McEwen will set up shop at the 48. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. So not exactly what we hoped for the Bulldog offense, but there's still plenty of game to go.
Defense heads down the field to defend against McEwen.
So the Bulldog defense, once again, taking the field. McEwen, remember, 9 straight run plays in their last drive, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see if they continue with this rushing attack, and can the Bulldogs adapt. And let's say a counter play up the middle. Only a couple on the play for McEwen. A good stuff there for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Warriors. So with these long, sustained drives that McEwen is putting together, this is really going to test the intestinal fortitude of the Bulldogs. This game on the gridiron, it is about talent, but it's also about heart and passion and which team wants to win more, which front is willing to battle more in the trenches. Quarterback under center, another fullback dive, it appears, puts his shoulder down, and he is stuffed by the Dogs after a gain of 4, it appears, bringing up a 3rd down and 4. A big 3rd down coming up for the Bulldogs. You get to see a pass play from McEwen. Do they break out the play action here on 3rd down? Do they try to sucker the Dogs in and then beat him over the top? For the Bulldogs, you have to be prepared for everything here on defense. You cannot be caught by surprise. The I formation for McEwen. A lot of big men up front. The ball's on the ground once again. Bounces. Oh, he breaks a tackle. And he surges down to the 35 for a McEwen 1st down. McEwen here trying to wear out the Bulldogs defense early with this heavy rushing onslaught. McEwen, quarterback under gun. It's a play action. He's taking a shot deep, has a man wide open. And he will trot into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. And that's one of the dangers of the rushing attack. It opens up big play action plays such as this. The Bulldogs undoubtedly expecting another run play. But McEwen reminding the Bulldogs that it is chess and not checkers. And they go over the top and burn the secondary. And the special teams of McEwen comes onto the field, looking to extend this from 13 to 14-0 here with 2:20 remaining in the 1st quarter. And the snap, the kick is blocked by the Bulldogs, and the ball will be called dead. As we potentially had a 2-point house call. But no, the officials will blow it dead, so hopefully some kind of momentum will start to swing the way of the Bulldogs after that big block from the Bulldogs special teams. Still early, much football to be played. The score is 13-0, 2:20 to go in the 1st quarter. Let's take a look at our sponsors here this evening. We'd like to thank MLEC, Ascension St. Thomas, Advocate, Pizza Hut, Liberty Pharmacy, and McDonald Funeral Home. All these establishments have been staples here in the Hickman County area. A special thanks to all of these that made this broadcast tonight possible. We are so thankful for them and all they do for this community. And we are quick to go back to the action here at Jerry Bratton Field as the McEwen Warriors are teeing up the football here, about to kick things off to the Bulldogs. Once again, John Irvin back to return. John Irvin back to return. He is flanked by number 6, Braden Brown. Number 21, John Irvin, and number 6, Braden Brown. Maybe the Bulldogs can have some special teams magic after their last special teams success with the blocked PAT. And the kick is away. Brown under it. Makes the catch at the 15. Has some blocks ahead of him. He makes his way through. Oh, and he's tripped up at the 42.5-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought we almost had our first homecoming house call here at the home opener. But unfortunately, just tripped up at the 43-yard line they will mark it at. And this is some big momentum for the Bulldogs. Their offense absolutely needs to capitalize here. Let's see what Andy Kraft and the Bulldogs have drawn up here for their second drive of the game. Kraft in the gun sends Driggers in motion. It's swung out to Driggers, the running back. Nice spin move, breaks 2 tackles, but there's too many Warriors there. to meet him at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Driggers. 2nd down and 10. Now the Bulldogs trying to mount some momentum, trying for these quick hitters, trying to get something to break free. More receivers out wide. Braden Brown, more so in the slot, closer to being out wide. Kraft drops back, and he lets it fly. Incomplete. I believe he was looking for number 17, Braden Folks, on the deep ball. Very risky ball there from Kraft, but high risk, high reward is how the Bulldogs' mentality will be to start this football game. It was a pretty spiral from Kraft, but thankfully he threw it in a position where if his guy did not get it, then no one would get it, and that's what you look for as a quarterback. Now McEwen safety's given some good room. Slide over the middle. Caught by number 4. Down, and the ball's out. But it is recovered, I believe, by the Bulldogs. There's a fight for it. And the referees are pointing. It is McEwen football. There is a Bulldog down the field, but he is back to his feet now. Now, I'm not 100% sure that his knees weren't already on the ground by the time that ball popped free, but there is no instant replay here at high school football games, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, not here at Hickman County High School. So a tough break for the Bulldogs. But we know things are at least trending in the right direction as far as the passing game goes. We know they can have some big hitters. They just got to work on that ball security. So McEwen sets up shop at the 37-yard line. A stacked box once again. It's up the middle. Shoots it, falls. Wait! And we thought the ball's in the carpet at first, but the referees are signaling McEwen football. But a very short gain nonetheless. 2nd and 8 for the Warriors coming up here. Now let's see if this Bulldog defense can be fired up, be willed on by this hometown crowd, this packed house here at Kenneth Moe Wright Stadium. McEwen quick out of the huddle. The Bulldogs are playing a little man-to-man here, it looks like. Once again, the I formation for the Warriors. Up the middle, bounce at the outside, spun and taken down. There's a flag on the field. If I know my football, I would guess it's a hold, but we cannot be sure. As the referee comes out to make the call now. And it is holding on McEwen. A good break there for the Bulldogs, as that will back them up a long ways for 2nd down. And where the officials are marking it, about 14 or 15 yards to go for the 1st down. Now, if you're Hickman County, you have to capitalize off this McEwen penalty. This is exactly how old momentum can change sides here by simple penalties such as that. The I formation again on 2nd and long for McEwen. The Bulldogs stacked to the line, and the ball's pitched outside. Makes one man miss. And a big hit at the 43. He gets rocked. And that will set up 3rd and 5 for McEwen. Now Braden Brown was there on the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3rd down. Make some noise for your Bulldogs!
Now a big 3rd down here. Now, folks, remember, on the last 3rd down McEwen had, they beat the Dogs over the top with a little bit of play action. The Bulldogs cannot be taken by surprise once again. One man in the backfield. The speed option play, pitches it out. And he's fighting, and he surges over a Bulldog for a 1st down at the 48, 49-yard lines, where they will ultimately spot it for the Warriors. And guys, the Bulldogs just having a hard time getting off the field on these crucial 3rd down plays. But that does go to show the dangers of this dual threat offense that McEwen possesses, and that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. McEwen leads your Hickman County Bulldogs by a score of 13 0. Ladies and gentlemen, we will send you all to a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly for second quarter football.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Drew Richards here with your Severe View Friday night football forecast for Hickman County. We've had some heavy thunderstorms around earlier today, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue through the evening hours. Kickoff temps in the low 80s. We'll be falling down in the upper 70s by the fourth quarter. We invite you to download our brand new Severe View Weather Network app on your Roku TV or your smartphone. You can always get 24/7 weather information.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern-style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cutting the shareable squares.
That's delicious. What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Welcome back, Hickman County football fans. As we begin second quarter action, McEwen takes over at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. In that quarter break, hopefully a much-needed reprieve for the Bulldogs as they look to stop McEwen from going up 3 scores here early on. I formation, fullback dive up the middle. The Bulldogs meet him early, driving him back. And the officials have to blow the whistle. And that's the aggression we need to see from these Bulldogs if they hope to stand a chance against this aggressive and vicious ground attack of the McEwen Warriors. Not much gain there on the play. Maybe 1, maybe 2 yards if the officials are feeling generous with that spot. So that's a good start for the quarter for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can keep things trending in the right direction. McEwen comes out again. I formation look. Very familiar sight for this Bulldog defense. Drops back the pass from under center. Bulldogs pressuring him. Rolls out. Makes a spin move, and he is drugged down. His helmet comes off. A big hit from the Bulldogs, and he may have fallen forward for maybe a yard. But great pressure there from the Bulldogs, not letting him get comfortable in the pocket, forcing him out. No one deep downfield. Great coverage from that Bulldog secondary, and that sets up a big 3rd down and long coming up for the McEwen Warriors, and an even bigger 3rd down for this Bulldog defense, who are desperately looking to get off this field.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3rd down. Make some noise!
And I can hear this raucous crowd from up here in the press box. They are fired up for their Bulldogs, and let's see if their energy flows into this defense here. Snap, hand off in the middle. They're going to 3rd down and long run. He's wrapped up. He's down. Flag on the field. Man, that is a close the 1st down marker. That might move the chains, but depends on the flag. The officials are congregating at midfield, discussing what the flag is. And it is a holding on the offense. That is another big break for the Bulldogs. Now with 3rd and long, I don't want to make any assumptions, but you have to prepare yourself for that play-action deep ball that beat them earlier in this game. Anything and everything is on the table with this McEwen offense. And the crowd here, from what I can see, they are to their feet. They are loud. The quarterback under center, running back behind him. 2 receivers out wide. Snap. Backs in the pocket. And the pocket collapses, and he is down. The Bulldogs get to him in the backfield. A big sack from Hickman County. Multiple Bulldogs met him in the backfield, and he was going nowhere. 4th down and 15. Upcoming for McEwen. A definite punting situation and a needed breath of fresh air coming for this Bulldog defense as they were able to get off the field in a big, big way. And our statistician, Isaiah, has told me that number 26, A.J. Reich, was the main culprit on that sack. And the Bulldogs needed that in a big, big way as they are back deep. 2 return men deep for the Bulldogs. Driggers appears to be one of them, and Brown is the other. And timeout is on the field called by McEwen, their first of the half. Once again, let's take a look at our sponsors for the evening. Once again, a very, very special thank you to MLEC, Ascension St. Thomas, Advocate, Pizza Hut, Liberty Pharmacy, and McDonald Funeral Home. All of these places, such staples in Hickman County. And without them, this WNKX broadcast is not possible. So if you get the chance, take a visit, say thank you if you're in the community for what they do for us. So as we're back here, both teams taking a hydration break before this big punt coming up from McEwen. You got to think the offense and the coaches were discussing ball security, ball security, ball security. They can't have big plays end in turnovers. They can't just hand away momentum back to this McEwen team who already leads here early on. So the punter back deep, 2 returners back for the Bulldogs, Brown. And the kick is a very short one. And the ball's bouncing, takes a Hickman County bounce and rolls back. And it will be downed at around the 35, 34-yard line, perhaps. As McEwen's able to down the football.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. I'd like to remind everyone
The Bulldogs, first and 10 coming up.
YouTube channel. More than 45 videos.
So the officials are talking to the sidelines here, unsure of what is going on. And there will be the replay of the down here. I didn't see a flag on the field. Potentially some timekeeping issues. Unfortunately, folks, I am not an official, and we do not have a Gene Sterator up here with us to relay the rules to us. And that's a reference for all those that watch NFL games. He is the rules analyst that they bring in. We do not have one of those, but we need one. I will be advocating for one the next time I am here on this broadcast.
We'll see if it's in the budget.
The budget's tight these days. And the referee's still congregating, talking about something at midfield.
While we wait, everybody,
you know, I just want to see some football.
HCHS on both Instagram and TikTok at Hickman_County_High.
And these players on the field, they hate these extended breaks just as much as we do. It's very easy to lose focus. But there's a lot of motion on the field right now. Now, Andy Kraft trots back onto the field, so we got to think they're going to give the Bulldogs a first down. They backed the ball up a ton from where the ball was down, so I'm assuming there was some chop block or some blocking penalty called there on the punt, but I did not see it. I don't think anyone saw it, frankly. But nevertheless, first and 10 for the Bulldogs, but they are backed up a little bit more than they would have been. But let's see what magic they can make happen. 3 receivers out wide, Kraft in the gun, flanked by Brown, the running back, or Driggers running back, I'm sorry. Ball is fed up the middle, not a whole lot cooking for the Bulldogs. Second down, and maybe he actually lost a few yards. Second down and 11 coming up for the Bulldogs. Hickman County wants to establish some tempo here in this football game. You got to think they got to start airing it out at some point, trying to make some big plays happen, some chunk plays to get momentum back on their side, to get the crowd back into it, and to fire up their defense to make some more big stops. So Kraft once again in the gun, flanked by his running back. 3 receivers out wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, man in motion. There's a flag on the play, a flinch perhaps up front from the Bulldog line. Officials are pointing towards McEwen. And there'll be an encroachment call from the Warriors. And that will give Hickman County some much-needed room to work here, as the ball will now be set up at around the 24, 23-yard line in that ballpark. Second down and 7 now coming up for the Bulldogs. Three receivers out wide. Kraft in the backfield, running back to his right. Man in motion, takes a snap, snap juggled, regains it, over the middle, in and out of the hands of number 6, Braden Brown. And folks, that's just what we were talking about earlier, these field conditions. The grass is undoubtedly still wet from the showers earlier, and that's the dangers of passing in these conditions. But it was there. And a great recovery there from Kraft. This coaching staff clearly trusts this young sophomore to make these big-time throws. And let's see what's dialing up here on third down and 7. One receiver out wide to the right, 2 to the left, one in the slot. And running back to the left to Kraft. He's in the guns, ball is snapped. The ball is number 13, Driggers. Makes some moves, makes some men miss. He's got the chains, it looks like. And the officials will spot it just shy of the first down, and that is a Hickman County first down, much needed for the Bulldogs. They will reset the sticks. They will start over at the 30-yard line. What a big time run from number 13, Devin Driggers. Once again, one receiver out wide to the right, 2 to the left, 1 in the slot. Man in motion once more. The ball snapped, juggled, and McEwen's on it, but there is a flag. Hold everything.
Flag on the play.
Perhaps the football gods will be favorable to us, and that is a defensive holding, perhaps. But let's see what's the official jogging out now to make the call. And holding is called on the Bulldogs. Penalty will be declined from McEwen. First down for the Warriors.
First down, Warriors.
Folks, know what they say. 3 things are inevitable: death, taxes, and offensive holding penalties. There's so many of those in the league these days, not just at the high school level, the collegiate level, the professional level. So many holding calls. I've had some friends that have played football, not at the collegiate level, but they have played, and they say everybody holds on every play, but sometimes they just don't call it. Looks like that time they decided to call it. And the yellow piece of cloth is out once again as McEwen runs downhill for a gain of 8. If I were a betting man, which I'm not, I'd say it's offensive holding, but let's see what the officials have to say about it. I have never seen that motion before from a referee. So the officials have issued a sideline warning. I couldn't have guessed that was coming, folks. And the toss to the right got a lot of room to the edge. Big hit and tackle. A touchdown saving tackle. He wraps him up. And they'll mark him down at the yard line and a half. Now, folks, if you are watching our broadcast via Facebook or YouTube, you may notice that our feed is cut off just a little bit. We're still trying to work things out, some kinks with our equipment here. We're trying to get a little bit of a better setup as things go along, but bear with us here. I will try to use my voice to make it feel like you're still watching it, even though you can't see it yourself. But I will not fail you all. You will know what is happening the moment it happens. McEwen, his quarterback under center, feed, middle, touchdown, Warriors. That will push the lead up to 19-0 for McEwen, as their special teams will try on the field to try the point after. Let's see if the Bulldogs have another PAT block in their system here tonight. This run attack of McEwen has been just absolutely lethal. So we have 7 minutes and 19 seconds here to go in the first half. The snap, hold, kick. It appears to be good from here. Officials say it is good. That extends McEwen's lead 20-0. And folks, while McEwen will be setting up this kickoff as the Bulldogs prepare to return once again, our sponsors for the evening. MLEC, Ascension St. Thomas, Advocate, Pizza Hut, Liberty Pharmacy, and McDonald Funeral Home. This WNKX broadcast is not possible without them. Folks, if you know anyone that works for these organizations, just say thank you, because they do so much for this community that goes unnoticed. So give them a thank you. This is our thank you to them. Now both teams are beginning to take the field here on special teams as we rejoin our broadcast here. The Bulldogs have two return men back deep. Number 21, John Irvin, and number 6, Braden Brown, back to return. Let's see if they can make some magic happen here on this kickoff. Field position is so crucial. A kickoff can make or break a drive for a lot of teams. The kick goes away. It's a short kick. But about number 14, he just slides down. Good field position for the Dogs. They will take over at the 37-yard line. And Aiden Spiegelmeyer there on the catch. I'm sure the coaches appreciate his sure hands there on this kickoff.
As the Bulldogs set up for 1st and 10, I would like to remind all HCHS students
now Hickman County
Picture Day is coming up.
Setting up here on offense.
Friday.
They've been trying to mix and match their plays here a little bit of running, a little bit of passing. Let's see which one they decide to go with here. And Hickman County has run 6 run plays. Now make it 7 run plays after this first down play here from Hickman County. And they have passed the ball 5 times, a pretty even split here from the Bulldogs. So that first down run play, not netting a whole lot, maybe half a yard. 2nd down and still 10 to go for the Bulldogs. And there was a flag on the play, I believe, as we await the call. He's yelling at the sideline of McEwen, potentially asking him to accept or decline. So you got to think it's on the Bulldogs here. And it will be a holding call on the Bulldogs. That will back them up 10 yards. 1st down and 20 coming up now for the Bulldogs. Now, these holding calls, the Bulldogs have been their own worst enemy here in this football game. And Kraft, feed up the middle to Driggers. Makes a few men miss. And gets back to around the initial starting point. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 to go. So he makes up the penalty yards and then some. Great run there by Driggers. Kraft driving back to throw. Fires, intercepted by McEwen. He has some room and he's hit and dropped at the 32-yard line, 32-yard line of Hickman County. Very untimely interception there. Had a man open, just slightly underthrown, and McEwen capitalizes on the throwing mistake there of Hickman County. And that just goes back to earlier, folks. Ball security is going to be the name of the game here in this football game. I'm interested to see what kind of halftime adjustments the Bulldogs will make as we near ever so closely to it with 6.5 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. McEwen, once again, that famous I formation they've been using all evening. The snap, drops back to throw, rolling right, takes a shot deep, and it's overthrown. Oh, there's a flag, no way! And they're going to get him for PI, and I cannot believe that. That ball was 10 feet over his head. I know you probably couldn't see that because of our camera cut, but I saw it, and I'm furious. An unbelievable call there from our stripes. Here's the call. And they'll call a PI, supposedly, against the Bulldogs. And that will set up McEwen nicely at the 18-yard line of Hickman County, as they are now in the red zone. Man alive. So I formation again for McEwen. Quarterback under center, 2 men behind him. Stack in the box, pitch out to the left. And he sneaks through a hole there, but he's wrapped up. A nice tackle there. And some more cloths being thrown onto the field of the yellow color. Let's see what it is. Now, it came from the back. There's a flag in the backfield, but also a flag in the secondary. Let's see if those are 2 different penalties or one in the same. Let's see what our officials have here for us. And there's a McEwen player down as their training staff hurries onto the field. We hope it is nothing too serious here. You know, football games, they can get heated, they can get competitive, but one thing you never want to see is a man down on either side of the football. Our thoughts and prayers with that young man who was down the field as he's being tended to. The officials. And a holding call on the defense. No, he corrects himself. Holding call on the offense. Okay, and a holding call on the defense. Okay, so there's 2 flags, a holding against each side. Those penalties will offset, so no harm, no foul there, as the training staff of McEwen continues to tend to their downed player. And folks, let's go ahead and cut away to our sponsors here while they tend to their injured player.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
Welcome back, Bulldog fans. McEwen sets up shop, first down and 10 after the offsetting penalties, and McEwen's injured player was able to get up and walk off the field. Hopefully nothing too serious there. The first down run play from McEwen nets him about 6 yards on the carry. Second down and 4 to go. Maybe 5 to be on the spot. As they continue this ground attack. And another run play up the gut here. And he will power his way forward, breaking several tackles. And he is in for the touchdown. McEwen extends their lead 26-0. Over the Bulldogs. And McEwen only has passed the ball 1 time here this evening. So hopefully the Bulldogs will make some notes at the half and come out ready to defend against that defense, with their defense against this offense. Special teams on for McEwen. Snap, hold, kick. Good for McEwen. That will extend their lead 27-0. About 5 minutes to go in the football game. So folks, Hickman County is looking to make some noise here on offense to try to claw back from this early deficit that they face. And McEwen, after scoring, after frankly being gifted a pass interference call that set him up very nicely, for that touchdown, is about to kick things off as the McEwen special team is still congregating on the far side of the field. Hickman County is all set up and ready to return. Once again, John Irvin and Braden Brown back deep to return for the Bulldogs. And McEwen special teams trots onto the field. They've kicked it deep the majority of the time, but that last kick they did sky kick it very shallow, probably to avoid a big return. Now they're being backed up here further than usual on this kickoff. And there was a flag on the field that you may have missed. We believe it was unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that will back up McEwen deep. So this should grant the Bulldogs some pretty favorable field position as they start things off here with their next drive. Teed up, here's the kick. It's kicked away. A line drive kick fielded by Brown. Brown's got some blockers ahead of him. Makes a move at midfield. Makes a cut. Bounced the outside and drug down in McEwen territory at the 41-yard line, but a flag on the field. Oh, whatever could this penalty be? Let's see what the flag is for here, folks. And a holding call on McEwen, and then he corrects himself and points the other way towards Hickman County, because why not? Why not call a holding penalty? So Brown's amazing return will be backed up by just a little bit by the holding call, but still pretty solid field position given the circumstances for the Bulldogs. Let's see what Andy Kraft and company can do as they begin this next series of work. With 5:05 here to go in this football game. And they will take over at the 45, which is still a very, very solid field position. Kraft in the gun, up the middle. He is met quickly and taken down for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 incoming for the Bulldogs. Now the passing attack is nowhere near as effective without first establishing a solid ground attack, and that is undoubtedly what the Dogs are trying to do here, to reestablish some control on offense to open up that air raid attack. And the ball is on the ground, and he just falls on it. There's some pushing and shoving there. A helmet comes off of one of Hickman County's O-linemen, and he will have to come out of the game for just a play. And the student section at Hickman County is loud and in full force here tonight to support their hometown team. So 3rd down and 12 to go. A tall task here for a Bulldogs offense that has not gotten much going so far. A timeout is called by the Bulldogs. I believe that is their first of the half. They're probably trying to draw up the best play possible to convert in a long yard situation. Now, given the deficit, if they're able to get at least a few of these yards back, you got to think they may try to go for it here on 4th down, because they cannot afford to give the ball right back to McEwen. They have to establish some momentum and take back some control for themselves.
Apex Bank, we want to thank you for support not only the football team, but
and Coach McDonald has his guys on the field, sends them back out to the field. Let's see what Coach McDonald has drawn up for his offense here. Looks like Kraft will once again be in the gun with Driggers to his left. Folks far out wide to the right of Kraft. Brown to the left and Spiegelmeyer to the left, and they're going to flip-flop here. They're flipping the play, trying to cause some confusion on that McEwen side of the football. Kraft takes a snap, drops back, looking, pressure, steps up, makes a man miss, still has the ball, and ultimately he is just hawked down by 4 Warriors. And some fancy footwork there from Kraft, but ultimately there is only so much he could do on that play. But he does, fortunately, get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 12 for the Dogs, and out trots the punting unit, trying to play the game of field position to pin the Warriors back deep. Eli Raymer back deep to punt. .328 remain in this first half. There's a penalty called on McEwen. That will push the Bulldogs up a few yards. 4th and 7 or 8 on the way. Raymer's still back deep to punt. That is not going to change the Bulldogs' mind on whether or not they want to go for it or punt it away. They are still deciding to play the field position game here with McEwen. The snap is good, and he booms it away. A nice punt. It'll take a Bulldog bounce as it will roll inside and die at the 20-yard line. And that's where McEwen will set up shop with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the half. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has cooled down significantly here at the football field. After this miserably hot week that we've had this last week, undoubtedly it's been a brutal week of practice for both of these football teams. They must be thankful that they get to play under the lights in pretty decent conditions. Once again, for all of those watching and or listening, thank you for joining us here at WNKX, our broadcast here this evening. Once again, this is relatively new to all of us here at WNKX. We appreciate you sticking with us through this broadcast. We work out some minor kinks, and we hope that things will get better week after week. But at the end of the day, we are here. We love football just as you all love football. So we thank you for sticking with us. We have a lot more football left to play. And McEwen sets up shop at the 10-yard line. And a ball up the middle. And he is met by... The ball's out! The ball's out! Oh, and the officials are going to call him down. And after them not even considering to have a conversation about Hickman County's fumble earlier in the game, they were very quick to call that ball down. Hickman County snubbed once again. From up here, it looked like a strip, but down there, they may have seen something different. I cannot speak for everyone on the field. We can only trust our officials. And McEwen, a lucky break there for them as a set up a 2nd and 5. Man in motion for McEwen going out wide. Number 13, Driggers out to cover him. Another run up the middle, netting them a 3rd down and 2 upcoming for McEwen. Now once again, with McEwen backed up in their own territory, this is a big moment for the Bulldogs.
Make some noise!
Undoubtedly, they have to feed off the energy of this hometown crowd. That is the advantage of being able to play at home. So let's see if they can make this 3rd down count and hopefully get off the field and get their offense back out on the field to score some much-needed points. With 2 minutes now remaining in the first half. Man in motion, running back going out wide for McEwen. They're once again keeping up the middle, and he is hit. He didn't get a whole lot, depends on the spot. And where'd they blow that whistle at? Oh, and and they're going to give him a 1st down there. It didn't look like he got enough for it.
Appeared to be a big stop by the Bulldogs results in a 1st down for the Warriors.
As our PA announcer just said over the broadcast, he said what looked like a stop actually ends up a 1st down somehow, some way. And I couldn't agree more with him. So 1st down here for McEwen, and the flag comes out once again. Let's see what it could possibly be this time. And a delay of game call. will be called on McEwen, backing them up to their own 15-yard line. 1st and 15, upcoming for the Warriors. Let's see if the Bulldogs here of Hickman County can take advantage of that miscue from McEwen. McEwen has a man way out wide. Drigger's on him. Quarterback under center, running back behind him. A draw play, halfback delay up the middle. Not going to get a whole lot. 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13. Or 2nd down and 11. A much better spot than I could have foreseen. 2nd down and 11 coming up for McEwen. And a timeout is called by the Warriors, as they are probably going to try to tack on some more points before the half. So with this timeout break, we're going to send things over to our sponsors.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
Timeout has concluded. Both teams back on the field, and McEwen has set up shop around the 20-yard line, maybe the 19. 2nd down and 11 coming up for McEwen as they try to tack on more points before the half. Play action, quarterback looking, makes a man miss, and he escapes. And he should be just shy of the chains here. Depends on how favorable the officials want to give the spot. And I know I am the Bulldogs broadcast, but that was an impressive escape act from McEwen's quarterback. But still 3rd down all the same, and there's still a chance that Hickman County can get a big stop here and get the ball back with 49 seconds to go in the half. And they are getting loud here at Kenneth Moe Wright Stadium as they cheer on their dogs. Trying to spread the field here a little bit are the Warriors, maybe trying to set up some room up the middle. And a pitch out to the right. And he bounced it to the outside, and he gets 4 or 5 on the carry, but that will be plenty for a McEwen 1st down. And a timeout is called on the field by the officials. And McEwen will take yet another timeout here, trying to give themselves as much time as possible to score here. And there was a flag called. A pair of unsportsmanlike conduct personal fouls called by both teams. Perhaps it was unnecessary roughness, but those penalties, regardless, will offset. No harm, no foul here will take place.
Still results in a 1st down.
And folks, they can get heat on that field. You know, it's a very physical sport, a lot of contact being made, emotions are flaring. Very easy to lose control in those emotions. But football is decided, the winners are decided by those who can keep the best handle on those emotions. I formation, he's rolling out, some pressure, it's a screen play, dunks out, it's number 45. Has some room, 1st down and more for McEwen, and he takes it into Bulldog territory. He'll be run out at midfield. 1st and 10 for McEwen. Now, him getting out of bounds there will stop the clock. Hickman County unable to wrap him up in bounds, which might come back to haunt the Bulldogs. And Hickman County here will take whatever defensive victories they can get, no matter how small or large. And stopping this McEwen offense, they're unable to score any points before the half, would be, in fact, a victory for this team. As the defense is probably playing a little conservative. Drops back. Quarterback rolling out. Lets it fly. Through the hands. Through the hands of number 13, Devin Driggers. Almost a huge play. Man, what an effort. Folks, that was going to be an awesome play, but could not quite get up to reel it in. But good news for the Bulldogs, that still falls incomplete. No yards gained from McEwen. So you got to think with no timeouts here left from McEwen, you got to think the air attack will be the most prominent form of offense here with 8 or 9 seconds to go in the half. Or maybe they will try to run out the clock here. Let's see what they elect to do. And the quarterback will drop back to throw. Rolls right. The Bulldogs are pressuring. Rolls out. Lets it fly deep. It's caught. But he's ran out. And the clock will expire. Or will it? Did they have a second left? The officials did blow the whistle and signal the time to stop. And there is a flag. The Bulldogs starting to trot towards the field house. But the officials say, hold on, hold everything. And there is a McEwen player down on the sideline, right near to the goal line. Oh, goodness. There was a big hit, a big collision, and we hate to see that. The second McEwen player to fall in this game. Our thoughts and prayers are with this player. You never want to see this happen. These young kids that love football, and the officials, I believe, are discussing with R.E. McDonald, the head coach of Hickman County, that yes, that will be the end of the first half. We have some halftime festivities on board for you all here. If you are watching Facebook or YouTube with us, I will be stepping away for a few moments. Yes, the officials officially signal that this is the half. McEwen leads 27-0, but a whole half of football left. If they can score 27.5, then gosh darn it, so can we. So let's see what Hickman County has in store for the second half as McEwen's player is still being tended to. He appears to be getting up. He's walking under his own power. And a well-earned round of applause for that young man. You hate to see that, but we're glad to see him back on his feet and walking. And folks, we will see you at the start of the second half here in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us here at WNKX Broadcast.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
Your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cutting the shareable square.
That's delicious. What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
Welcome back, football fans, here to Jerry Bratton Field, here at Kenneth Moe Wright Stadium. It was a unfortunate and rough first half for the Bulldogs as they trail 27-0. But folks, as I said before our broadcast went off the air for halftime, if they can score 27, then so can we. It's all about keeping the faith and believing in your own ability that we know our Bulldogs have. Now, of course, as we just came back here, you saw our lovely ad break that we just had. Once again, guys, if you see anyone from our community that represents any of those organizations, please tell them thank you. Say hi, hello. They have infinite wisdom to provide for you, and they are such a staple in our county. Once again, thank you to those sponsors. Now, kickoff will begin in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So we will try to keep you entertained a little bit until then. And if you remember, Hickman County deferred the kickoff, so they will be receiving the football to start the second half. So hopefully that will kickstart some momentum for the Bulldogs so they can take the first possession of the half down to the end zone for 6 points. And we desperately need it. You got to wonder what kind of offensive adjustments and defensive adjustments were made at the half in the field house. Coach McDonald, a man who certainly is observant and has been surveying what's been happening on this field today. He is a man with a plan. So let's see what plan he has for the Bulldogs here in this second half. And I think one of the big keys here as we enter the second half is that Andy Kraft cannot have his confidence shaken. He's a talented young man, good arm, very athletic. Of course, he did have that unfortunate interception in the first half and a few bobbled snaps, but we know that won't stop him. He's a man of conviction, might, power, and will, and he will will this team to the end zone as often as he can. We have faith in our quarterback. We just have to hope he has faith in himself. And what a wonderful job as well, before we kick off here, from our Hickman County High School cheer team. A wonderful halftime presentation they had for us. Very talented young ladies they are, coached very well. Now both teams are lined up here for the opening kickoff of the second half. John Irvin back alongside Braden Brown, the two potent return men that have been returning this entire football game. They are back out there reassuming their position of return men. So let's see what kind of spark they can provide to this Hickman County team as we begin the second half of play. The ball is teed up. McEwen's kicker appears to be set. The arm goes in the air. And here we go. And the ball is away, a very short kick. And the ball is scooped up and fallen on at the 36-yard line, so they will mark it down. Number 51, Turner Davenport, is able to fall on that football and to ensure that Hickman County does maintain this opening half possession here. I'm very excited to see what the Bulldogs offense has in store for us here tonight in this half. The first half, we saw a lot of promise. A few run plays that broke free. We saw some big pass attempts from Andy Kraft. But of course, things have not quite gone the Bulldogs' way. Some run plays have been stuffed. Of course, the interception. But all that's in the past. The past is history, future's mystery. They call the present that because it's a gift. So let's see what the present has in store for the Bulldogs. First snap from Kraft, rolling right, passing in the slot, in and out of the hands of number 17, Braden Folks. A nice play drawn up there, but unfortunately the execution just was not there for the Bulldogs. But the ball will fall harmlessly to the turf as it goes in and out of the hands. No turnovers here. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs offense. I want to give a special thank you to our statistician for the night, Isaiah Puckett, son of Ron Puckett, who you might be used to hearing on this broadcast. He's been keeping up with the plays, the amount of plays that have been ran, passing and running alike. Kraft has a man, wheel route, Driggers could not connect, just out of the reach of the running back. So a very quick 3rd and long here for the Bulldogs. They need this conversion, and they need it bad, lest they risk handing momentum and potentially the game over to McEwen. Kraft in the gun. Driggers to his right, 2 receivers out wide, 1 in the slot. And the snap is over the head of Kraft, and he has to just fall on it. And that will bring up 4th and long, and being at the yard line that they are undoubtedly means punt incoming for the Bulldogs. So certainly not how they wanted this half to start from the offensive side of the football, but let's see what adjustments are around the defensive side. And as they are backed up, a lot of pressure lies on the foot of Eli Raymer. Let's see how deep he can pin these Warriors. The snap, perfect. The kick is away. Pretty nice kick, fair catch called at the 50-yard line. And that's where he will reel it in. And McEwen will start their first offensive drive of the second half. They will mark it actually at the 49-yard line of McEwen. So let's see if this defense can be the brick wall against McEwen's potent rushing attack. I want to see some confidence here from the Bulldogs defense. I want to see them play with a little bit of swagger, feeling like they know that they are not yet out of this game. McEwen's go back under center, hand off up the middle, and he gets tripped up there. A few yards on the play, maybe 3 or so. 2nd down and 7, upcoming for McEwen. So not as much as it could have been. So a pretty good tackle there for the Bulldogs, keeping things at a minimum. So once again, that McEwen I formation. Quarterback under center, 2 men behind him, 1 receiver out wide to the right. And the counter play up the middle, and the quarterback keeps it. And he's big hit at the 39-yard line, but ultimately still a McEwen first down. So that appeared to be a new play out of the bag of tricks from McEwen. Typically on that counter play, we see it given straight to the halfback up the middle, but the QB keeper there seemed to throw the Dogs for a loop. So I formation once again for McEwen, 1 receiver out far to the left. Pitch to the left. A nice cut from the McEwen running back will net him about 4 or 5 yards. Setting up a 2nd down and medium at the 35-yard line for McEwen. And a timeout is called on the field. There's a McEwen player down. And a trainer from Hickman County, as well as the training staff from McEwen, hurries onto the field as both teams will head to the sideline and take a brief reprieve. And let's have another word from our sponsors here as we wait during this break. So folks, once again, we are so thankful for these sponsors here that we have that are making this WNKX broadcast possible. MLEC, Ascension St. Thomas, Advocate, Pizza Hut, Liberty Pharmacy, and McDonald Funeral Home. How blessed are we to have such great organizations backing this wonderful program here at Hickman County High School. So as we come back here to Jerry Bratton Field, McEwen's player is still down at around the 35-yard line, being tended to. And we can only pray it is nothing too serious, as this is the third McEwen player that has gone down. But all of them so far have gotten up on their own power. And this young man will as well be up on his own power, and he is walking without any assistance. That is a wonderful sign. As the fans give an applause, celebrating the health of this young man, as we all should. So thankfully, it appears to be nothing too serious. So with 9:43 left in the third quarter, the defense of the Bulldogs trots back out on the field, and so does the offense of McEwen. Now I wonder how that injury will impact the McEwen offense here. The official spots the ball officially at the 35. One receiver far wide to the right, lined up against Driggers. High formation for McEwen, quarterback under center, 2 men behind him. Snap. Feet up the middle. And he is hit and stopped shy of the first down by about 2 yards, and a big early third down upcoming for this Bulldog defense. Let's extend that, maybe about a 3rd and 3. I was being too generous to the Warriors.
Third down, make some noise!
So regardless of the deficit, this hometown fan base has not been taken out of this game yet. They are still loud. They are still supportive of their Bulldogs. Once again, I formation, one receiver far out wide to the right, lined up with Driggers. Hand up the middle. And a decent gain. Rolls over a pile. First down, McEwen at the 26-yard line. Folks, a reminder as we celebrate the home opener here for the Bulldogs, this is not the only football we have this weekend, as tomorrow is the first Saturday of college football. Regardless of who you support, we all love football. What an exciting time this is. The fall season is upon us. Now McEwen lines up in the I formation, one receiver out far left. The snap. Feet up the middle once again. Oh, surging ahead with a burst of speed, but his momentum is stopped abruptly by the Bulldogs, and the official tosses a flag, I believe I saw, on the field. Let's see what this is. It appeared to be at the spot of the tackle. Maybe there was some face mask going on there, but I didn't see it myself. And an unsportsmanlike conduct is called on the Bulldogs. Now, the hit that I saw looked clean, so maybe there was some exchanging of words that I cannot say on this broadcast that took place on the football field. And guys, those are those penalties that just absolutely lights a coach on fire. You have a big hit, big tackle, you're already back against the wall, and then you hand a free first down to your opposition, setting up what I believe will be close to a 1st and goal. They'll mark him at the 10, but will they give him another first down marker potential? And it looks like they will. You absolutely hate to see that if you're a Bulldog fan, which I myself am. I formation, the ball snapped, and that was a very awkward snap, and the flags come flying on the field. There's a barrage of flags, and yep, that will be a false start on McEwen. And that will back them up 5 yards. So following the Hickman County penalty, McEwen says, I got you one better, and a penalty as well for McEwen. Exchange of penalties. So first down. I'm still unsure if they're considering this a goal or not. I don't believe so. There is a chain marker down about the half-yard line, so not 1st and goal quite yet. And some more movement up front. These men are very excited out there. Let's see what they call here. Couldn't quite tell who that was that time. And another false start penalty.
Another false start on the Warriors, backs them up another 5 yards.
And those are those kinds of penalties that once again just makes a coach's blood pressure boil. Something that you work on every day in practice, keeping calm, cool, and collected, not jumping off sides, not flinching. That's what they did here. So they will probably receive a stern talking to from their coach after this series. So first down and very, very long for McEwen. Let's see if the Bulldogs can capitalize. I formation, one man outright. You know the ordeal. It's a pass play, swings it out right to his running back, in and out of the hands. And they're going to call it an incompletion. Now, the hometown faithful here not very pleased that was ruled an incompletion, but I do believe that was an incomplete pass. So 2nd and long coming up for McEwen. Once again, maybe it's the nerves, maybe the ball is a little damp. We cannot be too certain from up here in the booth. But for whatever reason, the ball goes in and out of the hands. McEwen lines up 2nd down and very long. I formation, man far left. Out wide. Snap. Feet up the middle. And he's got a lot of room, but he's met. Big open field tackle by the Bulldogs. No, we'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. And oh my goodness, another flag. Now, McEwen pushing their own players back. Maybe once again, a verbal exchange of some sort. And he just throws another one out because he felt like it. I wonder what this is going to be. Probably an offsetting penalty. Let's see the call. Personal foul called on the Bulldogs. And we're not done yet. Unsportsmanlike called on the Bulldogs. Okay, so both those flags were actually against Hickman County. So that is something you absolutely cannot have. You have to keep your emotions in check in this football game. So that will grant McEwen a 1st down if these flags are to be believed, because there has been a few confusing moments where the refs have pointed the wrong direction. So if this is both against Hickman County, it should be an automatic 1st down. If they will march them on forward, oh my goodness, they are at the 3-yard line, or 4-yard line rather, of Hickman County. I formation. We can only assume a run play awaits. Let's see how the Bulldogs defend. Snap. Handoff. He's hit and stopped! And this brick wall, Hickman County Bulldog defense, not allowing a touchdown, not yet. And there was no automatic 1st down on those 2 unsportsmanlike penalties and personal foul penalties, but they quicken to the line. They're going to go for it. 4th down and short. Up the middle. He's hit. Ball's out. And McEwen falls on it, I believe. Oh, they're saying touchdown on the field. What will they call here? One official says touchdown. The far official does nothing. Let's see what we have here. What's the result? And I believe they say he broke the plane, and the special teams unit for McEwen trots onto the field following the touchdown. Remember, folks, all the ball has to do is break the plane. I know those of you that are watching on Facebook or YouTube, the camera is cut off, so you couldn't have seen what just happened. But, folks, he got to the plane, was immediately rocked. The ball came out. Hickman County thought they had a turnover, but that ball, all it has to do is break the plane, which the official who was right there said it did. So that's a touchdown for McEwen, and the PAT makes it 34-0 Warriors with 6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. And a word from our sponsors as we prepare for the kickoff.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
We are back here after our short break. Welcome back, football fans. And in case you missed it, as I believe you were not on the air at the time, there was a personal foul penalty called on the Bulldogs. And once again, that must have drawn the ire of Coach McDonald because these are the plays that are so easily avoidable. So with 6:30 to go, they will be kicking off at the 45-yard line of Hickman County. So a chance to really pin the Bulldogs back deep here. Ball is set and is away here. That ball's a line drive and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. And with that touchback means that Hickman County will be setting up shop at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldogs offense back on the field. 2 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Kraft in the backfield, Driggers to his left. Snap. Fires over the middle, falls just short of number 6, Braden Brown. Could have been a big hitter, but they couldn't quite connect on the passing play. And with the deficit being what it is, time, even though it is in the third quarter, does become a factor. So you got to think the air attack will be their main source of offense here in the second half. Jiggers in motion. The quarterback keeper from Kraft, and he is hit quickly and stopped at around the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Nothing to write home about here. 3rd down and 9.5 to go for the Bulldogs. And once again, Hickman County in a gun look here. Kraft in the backfield, flanked to his left by Driggers. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap. And a little bit of motion. The flags will fly. False start, Hickman County. Bit of a miscue there from this offense, who frankly has not been able to get the ball rolling very much here in this game. McEwen with their solid defense, but also a lot of self-inflicted wounds as well, has not helped Hickman County. Something they will have to address in the future. So Hickman County gets backed up. Deep in their own territory, the ball will be spotted at the 16. 3rd and a long way to go for Hickman County. Let's see what they can draw up here. Can Kraft make some magic happen? Snap. Dropping back. Fires over the middle. Over the head of number 4, John Michael Lewis. Had some space in front of him, but the Bulldogs' woes continue as they could not connect on the 3rd and long pass play. And unfortunately trots out Eli Raymer once again to kick the ball deep for Hickman County, with 2:55 and counting in this 3rd quarter of play. Snap. Low. Picks it up off the ground. Has to get it away quickly. Maybe it takes a favorable bounce, and it will take a Bulldog bounce as it will roll down to the Bulldogs' head at midfield. And a fortunate break there. Could have been catastrophic after the low snap. But a great recovery there from Raymer. And a great kick, making the best of a bad situation as McEwen takes over 1st and 10 at the 50. Hickman County sets up shop on defense here. The PA is giving a shout out to our broadcast and a very big thank you to them, as this is a new experiment that we're doing, but hopefully we get to do it more often in the future and it gets better and better. And there's a clash at the line, but somehow McEwen's able to get some positive yards out of that. It looked to be a bit of a miscue on the snap, but they do get it off, and a flag is thrown on number 28 of McEwen, who was trying to give the ball back to the official. Maybe some words being exchanged between the official. If there's one thing that you cannot do, you cannot disrespect the official. They will flag you for that every time. Every time. An unsportsmanlike call will be called on number 28, who is now subbing out of the game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Warriors.
You got to think the coach will give him an earful for that one. So that will back up McEwen, undoubtedly, a good ways, negating any form of positive yards that they gained on that first down play. And that is a 15-yard penalty there, setting up shop at the 38-yard line of McEwen. So now they find themselves back in their own territory, second and around 20 to go. But this McEwen offense is explosive. You cannot count them out under any circumstance, even with it being second and long. I formation again, no receivers out wide, stacked box for McEwen. Snap. Up the middle, feed. The running back hit and stuffed and dropped at the line of scrimmage. No, sir. No gain. Denied at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 20 to go for McEwen. And hopefully the Bulldogs can find some form of spark in that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that was called on McEwen. Third down and what feels like forever for McEwen.
Brings about third down.
And with 5 seconds remaining, both teams will trot off the field and let the clock wind down as the third quarter comes to a close. And as we prepare for fourth quarter play, McEwen leads 34-0. Now a word from a commercial that we have. Let's head on over that way.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
Your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cutting the shareable square.
That's delicious. What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
And welcome back from that short ad break, football fans. As we swap fields here, it is third down and very, very long for McEwen. Let's see if they will play it safe and try to run the ball and then potentially punt, or if they try to air it out long. And once again, teams taking to the sideline. So the officials seem to be sorting through some things on the football field while we wait to resume with this fourth quarter. Now, folks, if you've yet to find your way out here to Jerry Bratton Field, I suggest you do so. This concession stand is absolutely wonderful. I was treated so nicely at halftime when I went down to grab myself a cheeseburger, which is to die for. Got myself a Diet Coke as well. The meal of champions. If you haven't gotten a chance to come down here, it's a great atmosphere, great environment, great people, and some great food. So please join us when you get the chance here at Jerry Bratton Field on a Friday night that we are playing here at home. Or if you want to come out on Thursdays when the middle school is playing at home, we would love to have your support there as well. So now both teams lined up here as we start off this fourth quarter of work. McEwen in the eye, no receivers out wide. Toss to the left, and the Bulldogs were waiting for it, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield at the 35. And a big stop, and there is a flag on the field. So help me if this is against Hickman County. The official spots the ball at 35, even with the flag on the field. Potentially a good sign for the Bulldogs. On those big, tight, stacked run plays, usually it's a holding. It is once again an unsportsmanlike penalty on McEwen.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct call against McEwen. Bring it up. It should be a 4th down.
Penalties have been absolutely killer for both teams here this evening. But if you're McEwen already in a punting situation, and they will actually replay the down by the looks of it, the down marker has not been changed from 3 on the sideline. And it has just been changed, 4th down, and a long way. I'm no mathematician. I'm not paid to count that high. It is 4th and a long way to go. And they're going for it? I formation, no receivers here. Motions his fullback outright. Up the middle. He's going to run, and he's hit and stuffed at the 28-yard line.
Brings up a turnover on downs.
Now, I mean, I'm not really sure of the call there from McEwen's offensive coordinator. He had a long way to go, a lot of ground to cover. Potentially they know something that I don't. That's why I'm not coaching. That's why I'm just talking with a headset on.
The only thing I could think is that he maybe has JV in, and that they're trying.
So perhaps they're trying to get some snaps for their younger guys with the deficit being what it is. That's my best guess. But nevertheless, Hickman County set up very nicely at the 28-yard line of McEwen. If they were to erase that goose egg on the scoreboard, now would be the time with 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this game as the clock keeps winding down. Kraft in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap, up the middle, running, fights forward, powers ahead for a few big yards. Gain of 6 on the play. And he might have surged ahead for a little bit more than that after the play from where they're spotting him. No, it'll be about a 2nd and 4. I really need to trust my own instincts sometimes. Self-doubt's killer, ladies and gentlemen. Have some confidence. Kraft, snap. Up the middle again. Driggers dancing around, making something happen. Bounces outside. Down to the 10-yard line and run out of bounds. And that is a Hickman County first down. And he will be ruled down at around the 9-yard line, 8-yard line as a matter of fact. So a big 1st and goal as the Bulldogs are knocking on the door. Maybe we'll have something to cheer for here at Jerry Bratton Field here in a few moments. First and goal from the 8. 3 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Kraft in the gun. Sending Driggers out left in a motion. Over the middle. Caught! He's fighting! He's fighting! What's the call? Waiting for it! Oh, and they rule him down. Hickman County thinks they're in, but the officials say, no, sir. He is at like the 1/4 of an inch yard line, if that even is a thing. And oh, no, there's a McEwen player writhing in pain on the ground at the 14-yard line. So while they're tending to him, once again, our thoughts and prayers with this young man on the field. Let's have a word from our sponsors as we cut to break.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
And we are back here with your action here at Jerry Bratton Field, and thankfully the McEwen player that was down is able to walk off under his own power, but he is limping a little bit. He may not return for this football game, but thank goodness he is indeed walking under his own power. And the Bulldogs snap it, the ball is fumbled! And it looks like, thankfully, Hickman County falls on it, but near disaster in what's already been a disastrous night for the Bulldogs. So set up your 3rd down and goal, a couple yards to go. after the fumble. Kraft in the gun, snap, feed. Kraft on the keeper. And he's in! Touchdown, Hickman County! And we finally have something to cheer about here in Hickman County. 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs, as they're able to cut into that large deficit. But folks, it looks good on the stat sheet. There is a penalty called on the play following the Bulldog touchdown. And once again, folks, I'm so sorry you can't see as well as we hoped you could with the camera being cut off here towards the goal line. But hopefully my excitement speaks for itself. That was an electric Bulldog touchdown. Anytime points go on the board for the hometown heroes, that is a good thing. Now let's see what this penalty is all about that the referees thrown here. Special teams unit. Raymer, the kicker, on the field for Hickman County for the PAT. And will this touchdown stand is the great million-dollar question. Maybe they'll tell us in a few years. We'll see. I mean, folks, Hickman County's losing by 34. Okay, thank you. And the touchdown will, in fact, stand. Raymer on to kick the PAT. Goodness gracious. Special teams team is on now. Snap, hold, kick, right down the middle. It is good. Hickman County tacks on one extra, making it Hickman County 7, McEwen 34.
Your score, Hickman County Bulldogs 7, McEwen 34.
You know, I've realized I said special teams team. I don't think I need to do that. I think the special teams on the field works well enough. You know what? You live and you learn, because that's what we're doing here at WNKX. We are living and we are, in fact, learning as we begin this new setup here. We're looking to make a lot of advancements here with this new setup. Hopefully we can implement some instant replays and things of the like. So many exciting things coming to this Hickman County media team that we have here. Now, before the opening kickoff, a word from our sponsors.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.
We are back from our ad break, football fans, and following the penalty that took place towards the end of the last Bulldog drive that will be assessed on the kickoff. So the kicking off deep here are the Bulldogs. So McEwen set up for some good field position, and the kick is skied in the air. Oh, and he takes a nasty hit, does the McEwen return man. But the Warriors do keep the football after the attempted left side sky kick, trying to make some magic happen on special teams to get the ball back, but it does not pan out. So McEwen will take over 1st and 10 on the Bulldog side of the field. Some great field position for the Warriors. And folks, the tale of the tape here today has been this Warriors rushing attack. The Warriors, according to our statistician, Isaiah Puckett, have ran the ball 41 times. They are working those men in the backfield, but it's working. And if any of you get this reference, the Warriors did indeed come out to play here this evening. I formation for the Warriors. Snap. Up the middle, fullback dive, hit immediately at the line of scrimmage, and he will be going nowhere as the pile shifts backwards and the referees blow the whistle dead. So good stuff there from this Bulldogs defense. Driggers comes trotting off the field as a sub is made on the field. So second down, 10 to go for the Warriors. And if you're the Bulldogs, you can't look at that scoreboard right now. You have to play as if it's neck and neck right now. That's how you make improvements. That's how you get better. So I want to see these Bulldogs play with some heart, even with this deficit they are playing against. Snap, up the middle again. Oh, it's a dog pile on the field. That was violent, it appears, for not a whole lot of gain. Couple yards in the play for the Warriors. Third down and 8 looming for McEwen. What is undoubtedly 4-down territory. I mean, if it was 4-down territory the last drive when they were 40 yards away from a first down, you got to think it'll be 4-down territory here if they do not convert the third down. The Warriors in the eye, stacked box, no receivers out wide. Snap. It appeared to be a flinch there on the fullback, but no whistle being blown there, and he is stuffed and hit immediately. Gets maybe a yard on the play. Fourth down. And about 7 coming up for the Dogs on defense. But a flag is on the field. Let's see what it is. Oh, goodness. Personal foul is called on the Bulldogs, and that is a killer. More self-inflicted wounds from Hickman County, and that will move the chains for McEwen when the Bulldogs thought they were just about to get off the field. But these are the mistakes that you're glad you're seeing early in the year, because it gives you plenty of time to adjust, assess those mistakes, and make sure they never happen again, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of disciplinary action taking place at practice this week to ensure they cut down on the penalties by the time next week rolls around. I formation, up the middle, handoff, powers his way forward. 5 yards on the McEwen rushing play from where the referee is standing. He'll back up a yard or two. Second down. Wow. Very misleading there. Second down and 9 to go. Actually, so the spot does not appear to be lining up here. You know, my depth perception is a little off. That's why I'm wearing glasses. You can't see it, but I am. I formation for McEwen. Second down and 9 to go. Toss to the right. He gets around the edge and run out of bounds after a nice pickup. A sizable gain from McEwen. Not quite a first down, but definitely makes third down a lot more manageable. Third down and 3 coming up for the Warriors. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the game. Lining up. 2 men in the backfield. Quarterback under center. No receivers out wide. And they're sneaking it ahead. They're pushing the pile. And he will get across the first down marker. And McEwen with yet another first down. McEwen's size and strength has certainly played such a huge factor in this football game. They have been able to run the football at will against these Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs subbing out here on the field. So McEwen's knocking at the door. First down at the 13-yard line. Not quite a first and goal situation yet. Up the middle. The McEwen ball carrier puts his head down and surges forward for a few yards on the play. Second down and 7 coming up for McEwen. This defense has to be exhausted. The time of possession is lopsided. Quarterback under center, rolls down the quarterback keeper. He dashes ahead. But the Bulldogs are there to stop him before he picks up a first down. He is just shy of the chains. Third down looming for McEwen and about 2 yards to go for it. McEwen subbing in on the field. And thankfully, for those of you watching our live stream here, the view should be a lot better down at this end of the field. Third down, short to go for McEwen. Minute and a half left, and flags are flying all over the place. It is laundry day here, folks. False start for McEwen. That will back them up and make this third down a lot less manageable, but still possible. This defense must stay alert as we are now under 90 seconds to go in the football game. Third down and 8 coming up for McEwen. Five seconds on the play clock here, but it gets reset. Avoiding all confusion here on the field. McEwen lined up once again, 2 men in the backfield. No receivers out wide. Certainly a run play incoming. Under a minute to go in this game. Pitch out to the right. Bulldogs hunting him down. And they will wrap him up shy of the marker. So fourth down coming up for McEwen. And about 4 yards to go. 37 seconds now as the clock continues to tick down on this football game. So the Bulldogs will undoubtedly remember this game today. All you can do from these losses is learn. Defeat is a learning experience. And Hickman County will take a timeout, maybe trying to get the ball back for 1 or 2 more offensive plays. Just try to get some reps in here in this football game. So I think this timeout will be relatively brief here, as we only have 17 seconds to go in the football game. Both sidelines congregating here, hydrating up. Bulldogs defense trots back onto the field. And you got to think every play that happens here now is simply just academic. It is just a formality. But if you're the Bulldogs, you cannot be discouraged after this performance. You have to learn, be better, grow, and come out next week hungry and ready to play. I formation for McEwen, 4th and 4. Snap, up the middle. And they're pushing the pile. And he is down at the 1 yard line, it appears. So first down and goal for McEwen. You got to think now they will simply let the clock just roll out. 3 seconds to go. And the clock strikes 0 on this 4th quarter, and that concludes our ball game here. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast. We appreciate your love of the game of football. We appreciate your support of these young men putting their bodies on the line to play this game of football. And guys, once again, this broadcast would not be possible without you, without all our sponsors. We're going to try to improve week after week. We're going to have a good time here. Just keep sticking with us week after week here at WNKX. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next time. Good night.
We're back in just 1 minute. WNKX would like to thank these community partners for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital, Pizza Hut of Centerville, McDonald Funeral Home, Advocate Auto Body, Liberty Pharmacy, and the Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative.